Oh, we have another caller. Welcome, Erica.
Hello, hello. I missed the costume memo.
Oh, yeah. You know what? Production team. Next time we got to tell our guests to arrive in costume because I'm sure you would have.
I was Carol Baskins with my husband as the Tiger King over the week. Playbook.
Oh my gosh. That's incredible. Me and my friends have an inside joke about Ursula that I can't reveal on this live stream, but I can tell you offline.
Okay.
That's incredible. I think I saw your post come up in my feed and like before this, and I was like, "Whoa, that's iconic." It's just iconic. I actually never watched Tiger King, fun fact, but
It was a COVID thing. It was like a weird
yeah,
coping
really
COVID thing.
it really was. Whereabouts are you in the world?
I am in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Ooh, Tennessee. You're the only 10 I see. Um,
I've heard that a couple times.
a lot. That's like the only thing that comes to mind for me. Plus, like I think like Hannah, Montana or something. Yeah, you could tell I've had my morning cup of coffee plus one. By the way, in the chat, let us know where you're tuning in from. We did not say that this morning. So Erica, what is up? What tell us for anyone who doesn't know who you are. Tell us who you are, what you do, and what you love about
Yeah,
what you do.
happy to do a little bit of a quick intro. So I'm Erica McMannes. I am the founder and Chief People and Community Officer at Instant Teams. We've been around for about 8 years, and we function as a CX talent marketplace. So we do full outsourcing as a boutique BPO. We have a curated job board launching in the new year. And kind of our unique value prop is that we are mission centric on military spouse talent. So my co founder and I are both military spouses. We met along the many moves over the past 20, 23 years and have built this business model to solve solutions for companies, but also bring a very highly talented talent pool into the market that sometimes is kind of hard to get into.
I love that so much. I'm such a big fan of like specialized talent boards, and specifically like these types of groups that we tend to overlook. You think of veterans, you think of working moms who are trying to get back into the workforce. I have this hot take that if we want to create better managers, we should just be hiring moms who are re-entering the
100%.
workforce. So they'd be the best of managers
Yeah.
because they have to manage their homes and their kids.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I love what you're doing. What's something interesting that's like come up lately around like within instant teams that you're maybe noticing in the industry or that's changing?
Yeah, well, we've always been remote. So when we started out in 2016, we were remote because that model for us
Wow.
as a military community moving every 2 to 3 years, that ability to take that with you was a huge part. Like it's why we started Instant Teams. So then obviously COVID hit. Everybody realized what remote work was and how they needed to adapt very quickly. But we continue to see that as a value point for, like you mentioned, different specialized talent target groups that need that flexibility. A lot of people want remote work now, which is great. I think that's been a great change in the space. But it's a need for a lot of people to be dual income who might not be able to do that outside of the home. I think Adam mentioned childcare. Like that is a huge challenge to travel and even leave your house day to day back and forth. And fun fact, we have about 500 employees and we're 91% women. So
Wow.
that's just proof that you build the opportunity to make work for people, and you can attract that type of diversity that everybody wants to say they have, but when you build that, it really becomes a great opportunity.
Wow, that is incredible. 91% female.
Yeah.
It reminds me of my cousin who works at a nonprofit, and they're like 80% female. And I mean, they didn't try to your
Yeah.
point. It's about, attracting the your vibe attracts your tribe. Second time
100%.
today. Second time today. For those of us who are curious, including myself, what's the relationship between CX and the type of clientele and the type of talent that you're connecting with those roles?
Yeah, that's a great question. We have actually discovered that along the way. So when we started the company, we always say we built a boutique BPO in the CX space, but that's not what we meant to do. because we really just had this mission to let's get this talent group into the, the corporate business space. But what we found along the way is that CX, whether it's customer experience, employee experience, anything throughout that industry, is that quick adaptability, the cultural influence of being able to identify with people very quickly, crisis management, problem solving. Those are literally all skills that it takes to survive as a military spouse. And so it's this really cool, like almost empowerment moment where the chaos of the lifestyle that military spouses have to live, it actually is a superpower in a way in the CX space. So it's exciting every customer that we get to onboard new teams with, that they start to see that. And it's also sometimes more exciting for the individuals to be like, oh, like all this chaos and things that I've just had to live through actually are a really big one up and a really big opportunity for me to succeed in the CX space.
Wow, that is so incredible, and it makes a lot of sense
Yeah.
realistically, right?
Yeah.
And within like the types of companies that you work with, what are some like specific actions that if a company wanted to maybe be more attractive to this specific group of people, what are some easy things? Sorry, there's some construction going on behind me.
Life happens.
Yeah. But yeah, what are some specific things that they could do that are like easy, small, like not super difficult to integrate into their process or their employee experience?
Yeah, I love that question because, again, I think it shows the intentional, conscious attempt to bring in other talent groups. Like, what can I do? Like equality, equity. Like, there's sometimes things that you've got to build in. For the military spouse community specifically, flexibility is a big one. We live very uncertain day to day, depending on what your service member spouse might be doing in the military. So flexibility and the ability to whether have part time, full time, split shifts, that type of thing. But then also the awareness of PCS season. And I don't know if you know what that is,
I
but
don't.
PCS stands for permanent change of station. And that's kind of seasonality in the military community
Oh,
where you get orders and you move. So during those times of move, you might be moving a state over, you might be moving to Europe, or you might be moving to Asia. And so if you're employing military spouses, there's the seasonality to when military families have to move. And we've seen some of our customers, whether working with us directly or even internally, adopt really cool like leave policies supporting military spouses through those moves. So, easy roundtable conversation to have between leadership and HR and figure out how to support.
Is it like a specific time of year, or is it like depending on the sort of the yeah, like what like how do you, yeah, what's the season?
Yeah, so usually spring, summertime is a big movement, and then sometimes kind of towards the end of the year it's smaller, but that May into June through the summer is a huge opportunity for the military to have people relocate.
Yeah, see, this is why we have people like you on, because
Yeah,
I just learned something new, incredibly helpful,
yeah,
probably for employers and HR people. And that's why you tune into the HR Morning Show to learn these incredible little facts that will likely have a huge impact on the way that you
yeah,
can relate to
yeah.
yeah, several different people within your company. Um, so what else? What is something that you want to leave our audience with today?
Yeah, I would just love to connect. And guys have been talking about social selling and relationship building and conference season. We've just come off of 4 conferences. Our team is at the last one now. So just really big into that relationship building. So any takeaway would just be connect with me on LinkedIn. Would love to have meet and greets or one-on-ones. Like to travel and get out there. So if I'm someplace that somebody sees, always happy to grab coffee on me, drink on me, whatever the pick the poison. And check out Instant Teams. So instantteams.com. We love just to talk with people and see how we can get some of our great, remarkable talent groups in the companies.
Love that. And which conferences are you going to be at in the next few months?
So we just wrapped up. We were at CRS, which is the Customer Response Summit in Palm Springs. Inbounds HubSpot,
I was
ICMI.
there.
Okay.
Yeah,
We should have connected.
I
See, this is
know.
why we were at ICMI in Florida. We were just at CCW, Customer Contact Week in Nashville. Our team's at Money 2020 in Vegas right now. And then we'll start to fizzle down till at least the spring. So
That's awesome. Well, I hope that you enjoy the restful period.
yeah,
and
much
and
needed.
yes, thank you so much. And yes, check out Instant Teams. everyone tuning in. Awesome. Thank
Appreciate
you
it.
so much for being here.